Scrolls fans, this is Smogan here with Game 2 between Magpie and Blinky in this first round matchup. The winner will have the right to take on PewQ, the winner of the best of 3, I should say. What we saw in the first game, spoiler alert here if you haven't seen it yet, is Magpieman's mono energy ranged build taking out Blinky's mid-game to late game order build. Even though Blinky had some good mangonel plays, Magpieman was able to finish the game off with some excellent piercing draws. And Magpieman has had the opportunity to go first this time, so let's take a look at his deck first for those that did not see it last time. The key scrolls are of course the Bombard, always the key to a deck like this, but also the Canonetta, the Oculus Cannon, and then the Desperation. That one of Desperation really proved to be very handy as it buffed up a Canonetta's attack up to 14 for some tremendous piercing damage. Let's see what Blinky has brought to try to defeat his opponent's build. What he has brought here is a aggro growth enchantment build, and you guys remember when growth did not have much to do with the 3-drop slot, so you go turn 1 Vader the Wild into just sort of an awkward pause when you wait for your 4-drop. That is not the case anymore. Growth has tons of option at the 3-drop slot, and Blinky's deck is showcasing them all. He has not only the Breaker, but he has an Earthborn Mystic, he has Vilda the Verdant, he's got all sorts of stuff to do in that 3-drop slot. And then note the Earthen Mirth, the Ancestral Totem, the Crimson Bulls, the Stag Hearts, Champion Rings to go on Gravehawks, to go on Striped Fang Bears, to go on Great Wolves. Lots of Relentless units and lots of ways to buff them up. So this will be a very interesting matchup, and well, let's get right to it as soon as my connection comes back to the game. Alright. Okay, apologize for that, another bug. But we are back using a replay mod, so there are some bugs because it's a third-party software. Magpieman did not have a first turn play, but Blinky did. He had the super powerful Vader the Wild on turn 1. Magpieman has gun auto to respond, so he's got the more powerful unit, but Blinky, does he have a 3-drop? He does indeed. He's got that Earthborn Mystic, perhaps the best 3-drop in the game. Super powerful scroll that not only buffs all of your creatures that are enchanted, but draws you a new enchantment every 2 turns. Phenomenal advantage for 3 resources there. Magpieman, it's going to be tough for him to take it down. Getting a shot off on this gun auto is going to be key though, and of course the Stormrunner will be nice as well. Blinky will get 1 damage off with this Vader the Wild. Instead of going up to 4 and playing a Wetland Ranger, well, I guess he did go up to 4, but no, that was off of the Vader the Wild. So it does Vader the Wild into Kinfolk Brave, 1 damage to the gun auto, and the turn passes over to Magpieman, who does find a Bombard. Goes ahead and burns that Kinfolk Brave, takes it down so it's not a threat, and then deals 2 damage to the Earthborn Mystic. So the Mystic's going to get at least 1 draw here if Blinky chooses, but what he might do instead is just deal that combat damage and then come in with Kinfolk Veteran behind it to kill the Stormrunner, and I think that's what's going to happen. So excellent play by Blinky, clearing Magpieman's board already. I thought the Earthborn Mystic was going to die, but no way, no how. It's a round 5 Kinfolk Veteran off of 2 Vaders, and Blinky's been able to draw scrolls as well as he goes. Burn comes in, takes out the Earthborn Mystic, and Blinky is still ahead of the game right now. Finds Champion Ring but pitches it. He has, what does he have here? A Wetland Ranger, so that'll get going on attacking every single turn, and damage is being spread out a little bit. A 3rd Vader of the Wild comes out. Note how they're split so they don't die to the area of effect stuff that energy likes to throw out. A little bit of idle damage comes in, and Magpieman's go. How is he going to deal with the triple Vader aggression? Starts with a Forge and then a hired smuggler behind it, and turn goes over to Blinky. A little bit more combat damage coming in here. Lots of haste in hand. Pitches 1 Ragged Wolf, finds Earthborn Mystic and Breaker. Note how pretty these scrolls are. All of them are tier 3, I think. Earthborn Mystic comes down, and wow, that's just a lot of powerful stuff out there. Everything's spread out as well. A Breaker comes down on the top row, and a little bit of combat damage comes in. Everything is triggered off this Wetland Ranger, +1 attack on everything next turn. Kinfolk Veteran, happy to get another 3 damage in. Magpieman needs to find answers. He's got Burn, a great scroll, but probably a little too slow for what he's doing now. Desperation is a start, takes out 1 of those ridiculous Vaders, and a Stormrunner. If that Stormrunner can get an attack off that Bombard and get some card advantage there, that would be a big help for Magpieman. Rumble is in play here for Blinky. That means future turns he could really do some surprise damage, but this turn it's Ancestral Totem. That's going to buff these guys up to 3 attack. Ragged Wolf comes down. That's another 3 attack, which is going to be, or I'm sorry, 2 attack, which is up to 5, enough to take out the Forge and expose these back units for next turn. Wetland Ranger gets its pillage effect in again, buffs everything, and the turn over to Magpie really needs to find an answer now. Burn as a start, takes out one unit, generates some good card advantage. Dust Runner comes down, another Vader is going to die to the hired smuggler, but that's not enough yet. Definitely not enough. Idols are going down very quickly. Blinky's turn here, Ragged Wolf, Crimson Bull, lots of choices he could play here. I don't think he can end the game, though it was pretty close. Ragged Wolf comes in, and what are we going to see here? Stagheart as well, and 7 damage. That's going to take out an idol. That's going to take out all of Magpieman's units. Tremendous play by Blinky. Clears the board. Magpieman needs to find an answer. He's really struggling against this pressure. Stormrunner comes down. Is the Bombard going to come down with it? It does. That'll take out 2 wolves and weaken the Earthborn Mystic, but you know what? That Stormrunner is probably not long for this world. What can Blinky do here? He's got Crimson Bull, he's got Wetland Ranger. He plays out the second Wetland Ranger. That's a lot of pillaging in the next few turns. Vader happy to deal some idol damage up top. Note that this breaker is threatening both of these idols, so Magpieman's got to find an answer to him too. Oculus Cannon will probably be kept. It is indeed. Finds another one, so he could just stack cannons, I suppose. But I don't really know what else to do. He has sacrificed that top idol, so he's willing to lose it to this breaker if necessary. Blinky's got lots of pump up here. He's got Earthen Mirth, so that's going to be enough to take out the bottom idol and the top idol in lightning speed. Blinky's Agroth deck lives up to its name. Look at all the power it placed on the board, able to take out 3 idols in 10 rounds, even going second. Well done by Blinky. Magpieman loses his mono energy range and will have to now switch decks to one of his other 2 decks to see what can counter Blinky's aggro growth build. Alright, this has been Smogan with the King of the Beta Tournament. Join me in the next video for game number 3, the one that will settle the match. Thank you for watching.